Hi people, I'm walking the Lickey Hills today, as you can see, because I've got a bit of time. Plus I'm not going to gym today because I'm going to Lickey Hills, as it's been 2 days since I last went to the gym. I thought I'd go to the Lickey Hills instead. So Lickey Hills, I'm at about 220 metres above sea level, which is nothing compared to the Malvern Hills, which is over 400 metres above sea level. So Lickey Hills about half the size, about half the voicemail, and that's probably Ian. Either way to start with him. Okay, he didn't tell me till we got to the bedroom that he had a colostomy bag. I sort of leaned on him, and he was like, "Be careful," kind of thing. And then obviously I noticed he had a colostomy bag. It was a big shock, to be honest. All night I was thinking, what if it leaks onto the bed or something? Or yeah. I have tried ringing him to talk about it, but he was going mad and swearing, shouting, saying it's not your problem, it's mine, it's me who's got to live with it, kind of thing. But I don't know. At the end of the day, what he was suggesting, moving in together and everything, and obviously it would be my problem, but I says to him, I need a few days to think about things, and he's like, I don't see the problem. He didn't let me get a word edgeways. Says to him, I feel sorry for you, but it's a big thing for me to. I says, if you told me a few dates ago, as in a few dates, not a few days, if you told me a few dates ago, then I might have had more time to think about it. But straight into the bedroom thinking about that. I mean, I did try not to think about it, but it was hard not to. The more I tried to push it out my head, the more it kept resurfacing. He's like, I can't see it as a problem. And I says, that's because you've had 8 years to deal with it. I've only had a few days to think about things. And that's when he was swearing and shouting, basically. Oh, I'm getting out of breath, I don't know why. Got too many layers on, that's the problem. It's like a heat wave this week, it's 21 degrees. And I've got t-shirt, jumper, jeans, t-shirt, jumper, jacket on. Because I sleep with all my windows open, I never know what the temperature is outside. And I don't take Luna for long walks, I take her for short walks, and the same with Star. So, yeah, 3 times a day. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I was thinking he was a bit too much. I was thinking to myself, this is how you get hurt. See, this is what Jay told me. He says, I remember Jay saying to me a few months ago, don't get clingy, that's when you get hurt. And I was thinking that about him. I was thinking to myself after Jay, I was thinking after Jay, I thought I would be more what's the word? Be more kind of light dating kind of thing, not so heavy kind of thing. Because the relationships before were very kind of heavy on my part. I was very clingy. I think it was because I was looking for something, for instance, love. But now I feel now I've spent 6 months. Now I've spent about. Now I've spent more or less 6 months on my own. Well, sort of. Not including 5 brief relationships. Now I've spent 6 months on my own, kind of. My head's a bit more clearer. So now when I do dating, it'll be more light dating, I think, rather than heavy dating where the person wants to move in straight away. Okay. That's when things can go wrong, when the person moves in straight away. Because you don't know anything about them and they're just moving in straight away, which is what he wanted to do. And I was thinking, whoa, that's where it goes wrong. He says, why didn't you tell me all this when I was at yours? And I says, well, I was nervous too. I didn't know your reaction, how you would react. Because at the end of the day, I've been in some bad relationships. And I'm not talking about a couple of years ago, I'm talking about recently. Jay nearly headbutted me when he was drunk. I had to sort of hug him to calm him down. Because he kept demanding that I come into the kitchen while he was smoking. Jay did, he kept demanding it, he kept saying, get here now, kind of thing. So after Jay, I was being very, very careful with Ian, so I was just more or less agreeing with everything he says until he left. I think that's what you do when you get hurt, isn't it? You think to yourself, hang on a minute, this person's in my home. Are they going to kick off if I say the wrong thing? So, you know. Because I know I practice martial arts, but I'm not a tough person in any context. I'm not a tough person at all. I'm a very sort of passive kind of person. So I was just agreeing. I said that to him. I said I've had bad relationships in the past. I was thinking of 2 in particular, Jay and Martin. I was thinking of them 2, and I was thinking, look, I've had bad relationships, so I don't always say what I'm thinking straight away. But I analysed it about a million times before saying what I'm actually thinking. So just walking the Lickey Hills. I've got a bottle of Coke in my pocket, just there. Oh God, I'm going to get run over. So just walking the Lickey Hills. Probably about 250 metres now, I would say. So 250 metres or same feet. I would say I'm around 250 metres. Nearly at the top though. I don't know what the top is. I doubt it reaches 300 metres because the Malvern Hills are way higher and they're only 425 metres, the Malvern Hills. So if you want really big hills you have to go to Wales or Scotland. Snowdonia in Wales or Ben Nevis in Scotland. These are just gentle hills, these are. maybe close to 1,000 feet, which for a hill is quite gentle. But that bus got so busy. Do I feel lonely that me and him broke up? I would say yes, because I did have feelings for him. But if he was to listen to how I was feeling about it, then maybe it could work out. But he wasn't willing to listen. He was just shouting and swearing down the phone and saying he was going to hang himself. I said, don't do that. He asked me to fuck him. I was like, no, I don't do that. I was like, no, that's not my thing. He did fuck me though, to be honest, to be fair. But, yeah. Getting out of breath. It was awkward in the bedroom, so I just sort of lay down and let him do whatever he wanted to me, because I felt really awkward doing anything to him. What with his colostomy back? I mean, normally I would. Normally I'd suck a guy off. But he did my nails as well, and my toenails. Gave me a massage. He was a very sensual lover. Horse riding. So, nearly at the top. I think this is the top, I think. Oh, just past that silver car is the top. So I just sort of lay face down and let him do what he wanted to me, sort of thing. Yeah. He wasn't really a top. I wouldn't say he was really a top, because he sucked me off. And I haven't had a guy done that to me in ages, because I'm usually with tops. So, yeah. There's another car coming up now. Where is it? Oh, there it is. But, yeah, it was good. I do have feelings for him a bit, but I had very strong feelings for him before I saw the colostomy bag. And I know people say, oh, you shouldn't let that put you off. But I had a million different... It's because it happened just before I went to bed. So I had a million different thoughts going through my head. If he told me like a few dates ago, then obviously it would have been easier for me to have dealt with. And I closed it off. How am I supposed to get through there then? Monument Lane. See that? Monument Lane. I think I'll have to go this way towards the car park and then walk round. Got my birthday in a few weeks. I'm starting to feel it now. I take Luna and stuff for a walk. I do their food, clean the trays, bleach the trays, mop the trays, mop the kitchen, change the bedding. Sometimes I have to mop the floor a few times, and then I sit down and I feel like, oh, I need about 10 minutes rest before I go to the gym or something. And I'm thinking, am I slowing down or what? Because then again, I do run around after the dogs quite a lot. I don't usually sit down till about 10 at night or something. So, yeah. try and aim to sit down for at least an hour. Try and aim for at least an hour of TV. With Father Whitley and all stuff. Yeah, here we are, the car park. Yeah, that'll do. Oh God, I'm gonna get run over again. Need to do my laces there. That's it. So this is Lickey Hills. I must be around 1,000 feet now above sea level. I'm gonna walk around here for a wee while and then walk down to Reborough. I think it's still quite warm. It's way easier than the Malvern Hills. The Lickey Hills is. If I was walking the Malvern Hills, I'd have to stop. I wouldn't even be able to do this video because I wouldn't be able to speak. So, I haven't done this in ages, and hence the video. I remember when Aaron, one of my exes, Aaron, fucked me. Oh, shouldn't say that out loud, should I? Over there, on a bench, and then in the woods there afterwards. Me and Daniel done that as well, on the canal, and a canal boat went past, and I just quickly pulled my trousers up, and I started running. He was like, "What's wrong?" And then he looked around and saw the boat there. That was funny. Sit down, drink my drink. I think I'm going to walk around for a bit. As we go past this bit here, the beacon as they call it, you'll be able to see all of Birmingham. It smells of gas, methane or something. You can always smell methane because it smells like cow farts. If you can think of what cow farts smell like, that is methane. Cow farts are methane. Concentrated. Now look, Birmingham. That's a big camera. You know that's to do with the news. They've got a big camera there, haven't they? Huh. They've got a big camera. Can't be the BBC though, because they have a white van with a satellite dish on top. So they can go live instantly with the studios and stuff. Might have been that bench there, put me off. Possibly. I done even more risky things in London. Going to them saunas, Pleasure Dome. Good fun it was. Very addictive. So I'm going to sit here and drink my drink, which is in my pocket. That's why I wear this jacket. It's good for shoving a load of things in. So this is it. Yep. See that? That's Birmingham. I don't know what she's staring at. I should take that as a compliment, shouldn't I? Oh, there's the Bartley Green Reservoir over there. Newbury University over there. See all them big buildings? That's the centre of Birmingham. It's a little bit of a breeze up here, probably because I'm so high up. Around 1,000 feet, as I say. Around 250 metres, around that kind of height. I haven't checked, but I would guess it's around 250 metres, around 1,000 feet, or just maybe slightly over or slightly under. But it's around that kind of mark. Malvern Hills is almost another 500 feet higher. Malvern Hills is about 1,000, just under 1,500 feet. So Malvern Hills is probably the same as maybe some of the highest buildings in the world. when you walk the Malvern Hills, you're more or less walking from the bottom up to the top of some of the highest buildings in the world. You imagine some of the highest buildings in the world, and you think of how difficult it'd be to go from the bottom to top. That's more or less what you're doing when you walk the Malvern Hills. I wouldn't say this one, because this one isn't as high as the Malvern Hill, as the highest buildings in the world. This one's probably equivalent to I would say each floor is around 8 to 10 feet. So 1,000 feet would be the equivalent of 100 floors, maybe slightly more. The Malvern Hills would be the same as about 150 floors. So there's not many buildings in the UK that are as high as the Malvern Hills. You don't really get buildings that are 150 floors in the UK. In the UK, I need a drink. I had one of them crunchy bars with nuts in it. Dark chocolate and nut. When I was walking up, that's why my throat feels a bit tickly. So yeah, grab my drink. I'll be from there. Peace.